Hi everyone, thank you for being here tonight. I just want to let you know the following video clips will be of my family and friends. I interviewed them for this speech and I asked them two questions. I asked them their initial thoughts and feelings when they heard I had brain cancer and was told I was going to die within a year or two. And the following question is what their idea of a survivor was. So enjoy. Thank you. Hi, Alicia.
Hi. Do you want me to look at you or the video?
No, you can look at me.
Okay.
So this is for my survivorship speech, and I just wanted to get your reaction of what you and Jimmy felt when you found out I had brain cancer. Deep breath.
I remember that it was very warm, and it was very warm outside, and Jim came and he said that Andrew has brain cancer, and they don't think she has 6 weeks to live, and I remember saying, how can that be possible? How is this happening? What's going on? I remember having 18 million questions and not being able to talk to you was probably the hardest part, in being so far away and not being able to give you a hug or just to let you know that I loved you and I supported you no matter what. I knew that I would be there for you.
Thanks. And what do you think a survivor is?
I think a survivor is someone who gets up every day and doesn't always think about their illness, and they keep going forward and they never look back, and they remember what happened, but they keep a positive attitude and they go through life just being thankful for everyone around them and everything in life. A survivor to me is you.
Thank you. I love you. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
So I'm just asking you a few questions. I wanted to talk about the day you found out when I had brain cancer and what your reaction was.
My reaction was like the world fell down upon my head at that moment. I was angry and upset. I felt very heated, um, obviously distraught. Um, Asked you a million questions on the phone when you told me, and when I got off the phone with you, I immediately fell to my knees in my kitchen and prayed and cried, and I went to my bedroom and cried for about an hour or two, and I told Katie, and she watched Alex for me so I could just try to sort through it. The only thing that gave me hope was that the person that originally told you the worst news was not an expert and should probably not have told you that at all. And my wife encouraged me to be thinking along those lines, and it definitely helped me get through that most trying time of first finding out. And then, you know, I'd been through death. I had lost a close friend before, so I'd had the same feelings before. But I just I prayed to the Lord that He wouldn't take my little sister from me. And since then, every time I spoke to you gave me encouragement. That the doctors gave you more and more encouraging news and information, and so it gave me hope. And I felt in the back of my mind that it really wasn't your time, that this was just a hurdle we would get through. It was a hurdle, and it was a big hurdle, but we were somehow going to get through it. I just had some kind of calmness in the back of my head that was speaking to me along those lines, and it kind of helped get me through. And then the way that everything's gone afterwards, it's just worked out, and I couldn't be more thankful that prayer when I fell onto my knees was met, and my little sister's around.
And what would your definition of a survivor be?
Well, my definition of a survivor is somebody that's overcome some major obstacles, and when you do that, it changes you in a way that you don't really think the same afterwards, and you use this knowledge to help others that have to overcome similar obstacles or have hurdles in their life that they need to get through, and your experience can help them get through what they need to. And you're kind of changed forever, but you're made stronger because of it.
Thank you. I love you.
Me too.
So this is my mother, Sally. I'm interviewing her for my speech. Mom, we'll start off by how you felt or what you were thinking when I first called you to tell you that I had been diagnosed with brain cancer.
Well, Certainly shock and disbelief. Knowing that you two were devastated with this prediction that you would be dead in a year. Of course, my heart broke with the burden of those words. It's hard to go back to that place and think about how shattered you felt because I didn't know what to do to help you. I was seeing Andrea reeling with her pain and her fear, and I wasn't able to tell her that it would be all right because I didn't know. That was like paralyzingly difficult time. My refuge for myself was to cry out to my Lord Jesus Christ and ask that He just carry us through this horrible place because we didn't know what was going to happen. The support of family and friends is wonderful. The skill of the doctors is amazing. But at the end of it all, there's just you and your God. He is the source of all hope. To survive means to remain alive.
Thank you. These are my sisters, Alyssa and Deanna. They're here to be interviewed for my speech. Either one of you can start, but just going back to the day when I called, I know Alyssa, I called you on the phone, asked you guys to come up, and I guess just go from there, what your thoughts or feelings were.
Okay, I was at my first college basketball meeting, and Andrea called me and was just, well, you were crying, and I didn't know, I thought something happened to Kenny, her husband. I didn't know, what happened. I didn't want to drive an hour to her house without knowing something, and she just kind of blurted out that you had cancer, and I was mostly shocked. Immediately at a time like that, it's hard to, pick up yourself and find, the positive at any situation like that, because automatically you think that your sister's going to die. And that was probably the hardest thing. And then I think I called her. Called me. I was at my boyfriend's house. I was sitting on the couch, and she just called me and just blurted it out and said, "Come home. We have to drive to
I didn't believe her.
Baldwinsville."
I was just like, "You're kidding. Like, this is a bad joke, Alyssa. Like, don't even joke about something like this." And shock. I was just like, "Taylor, I have to go. Like, I can't be here." And I just started bawling. And then Alyssa just picked me up, and
we went to Andrews, and all the family was there, and everybody was trying to be, kind of pleasant, because we all knew what was going on. But then I just remember just losing it and not being able to stand up.
We all lost everything. So.
Just my knees completely buckling, That's probably the worst thing. But, yeah, so that was the initial thoughts.
What would your idea of a survivor be?
My idea of a survivor would be someone with the strength and the faith to push through an obstacle that would usually tear them down, or just to be able to endure something so horrendous as being diagnosed with brain cancer, and just being able to push through and with family strength and love just be able to overcome such a hard thing.
My idea of a survivor is not only overcoming every obstacle and, everything, whether it's abuse or divorce or cancer, whatever it may be, not only overcoming obstacles, but coming through it with a compassion and a positivity and an outlook on life that, you want to help others, and you want to be there and say, you know what, you have this problem, I can help you with that because I'm going through it too. And to kind of band together, and I think that has a lot to do with what a survivor is. A survivor isn't somebody who goes through it and pities himself, oh, look what happened to me. A survivor is somebody that's like, you know what, yeah, I had a tumor in my head, and you know what, I'm going to do everything I can to help you get through this because, that's who I want to be for you, and that's what you can become also.
Thank you guys. I love you.
Love you
Love you
too.
too.